I'm feeling low.
Hello, my lemon babies, and welcome back to the Lemonade Stand, or welcome if you are new. My name is Brianna. I am a certified personal trainer, a big, huge biology nerd, and a registered dietitian to be. We are assembled here today for another episode of watching multi-level marketing distributors poorly explain science to try and sell their products, while you all watch me react to them and debunk them in the process, because there usually is quite a bit of debunking to do. Before we proceed, if you love science-based health, wellness, and fitness education with some lulz and some dry sarcasm along the way, hit that subscribe button and join the Lemonade Stand. I would seriously love to have you here. Visit my merch store to get yourself some Lemonade Stand gear, or check out my website to see my fitness guides. All that stuff will be linked below. Without anything further, let's make lemonade. I have Starbucks. I'm drinking dirty caffeine. You'll get that reference in a minute. So this first person is none other than an Herbalife distributor. I feel like we don't talk about Herbalife a whole lot on my channel because Beachbody always tends to steal the show, but rest assured, I hate Herbalife just as much as I hate Beachbody. You guys know Herbalife. You're craving like a tasty smoothie, so you go to open up your Apple Maps and you type in smoothie or shake shop or something like that. And then bam, your GPS takes you to a suspiciously barren storefront with vague signage on the windows. You walk in, ask for your shake, and then just like that, you're bombarded with a shameless Herbalife sales pitch. And they tell you that you too can open your own nutrition shop. You blankly stare at the sad and quite frankly desperate looking individual standing behind the counter, utter a barely audible no thank you, and then shuffle backwards quietly as you sip your terrible $18 shake. What a scenario. The sad thing is that's happened to a lot of people. This distributor that we're about to look at actually does have her, like she has a nutrition shop. It's in North Carolina. And I was able to find it on Google. Not that that's relevant. Anyway, let's get to the thing. On number 3, she writes, contains vitamins and minerals. And then she's holding up something that looks suspiciously like a condom. I don't think you should eat condoms, but I'm not going to micromanage what you do. So, moving on. So the product that she is touting here is called Mega Tea. And what's interesting is that Mega Tea itself is not a product that like Herbalife distributes on its own. It's actually a mixture of 3 specific Herbalife products. Specifically, I'm sorry, I have to look down my notes for this. Their tea concentrate, a product called Liftoff, and their aloe juice product. The funny thing is on the first slide, there's a question that says, what is Mega Tea? And then the next several slides are just her talking about the benefits of it without ever actually explaining what it is. So, thanks for nothing, I guess. I don't know the origin of this product. I don't really know, and I couldn't find information about who decided to mix together these 3 products and then call it Mega Tea. Maybe it was a distributor, or maybe it was Herbalife itself. I really don't know. I couldn't find that when I tried to research it. Regardless of that, let's talk about some of the health claims she was making. The first benefit she lists is 160 milligrams of healthy caffeine, which is equivalent to 2 cups of coffee, she says. Something that drives me insane is people who are like touting energy supplements. Herbalife people, Avon distributors and their fist sticks, Beachbody people and their Energize, and you know, just health gurus, people like everybody in that sort of camp. They all harp on like, oh, it's clean caffeine, it's healthy energy. When did a cup of coffee, like just a cup of black coffee, become like unhealthy caffeine or like dirty energy? And Arbonne Huns especially, they love to say that their fist sticks are plant-based clean energy. And then they demonize coffee, but coffee is a plant. Hello, coffee bean. That's a plant. Coffee, I mean, obviously before you add all the stuff to it, you know, obviously this ain't vegan because I got cream and I have a cold foam and everything in that. But like if I just ordered black coffee, that's vegan. That's plant-based. Since when is drinking like just coffee such a terrible thing? And before you keyboard warriors jump in my comment section and say coffee makes me feel X, Y, Z and blah, 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 just let me finish here. I think there's definitely an argument to be made or a discussion to be had about coffee being bothersome to some people out there. And some people it causes like stomach upset and some people it makes you feel weird, you know, whatever the case may be. That doesn't take away from the fact that coffee is technically like on its own all natural and vegan caffeine. And honestly, if you're somebody who's bothered by coffee, then like you probably just don't drink it, and I'm sure that your life is probably going okay because of that. Now we move on to number 5, and then she says hydration. Mega teas, I have to zoom in on this. Mega teas hydrate you where coffee dehydrates you. Oh, honey. I'm out of coffee. I'm just drinking cold foam now. Lady, how do you make coffee? Because when I'm making coffee at home, I put water in my coffee maker. And I'm pretty sure it's Starbucks. That's how they make coffee too, with water. Like they start with water, usually, depending on the drink. And how do you make this mega tea? You probably start off with water, I bet, right? This is a really common nutrition myth that just won't die. Coffee dehydrates you. No, it doesn't. Okay? No, it doesn't. I suspect this myth was probably born out of the fact that coffee is a diuretic, meaning it does tend to induce slightly higher volumes of urination in most people. However, this is not in excess of the volume of fluid that you're already drinking. As I just said, most of us use water to make our coffee, and just like all water that your body takes in, it's used for whatever hydration your body needs. When you drink coffee, your body doesn't see water from coffee, and it's like, oh, nope, can't drink that. Coffee is bad. But then if you drink this mega tea, your body's like, oh yay, mega tea, I can drink this. To your body, water is water. Obviously, unless we're talking about drinking like seawater or something like that. Don't do that. That is a caveat, obviously. It's a whole different ballgame. But in general, like I said, to your body, water is water. Iced tea, straight water, pink lemonade, soup, the bound water that's present in fruits and vegetables that you eat. Even the trace amounts of water in foods like chicken breast. Your body harvests water from everything you consume. Coffee is no different. So while coffee is a diuretic, it does not actively dehydrate you. This is a myth. Then she finishes out and says, switch this out for your morning coffee or energy drink. You'll feel so much better. Yeah. Again, keep in mind the only way to make this stuff is using Herbalife products. So she's going to try and sell you Herbalife products because you need Herbalife products to make mega tea. Also, I don't know if anybody's a Rick and Morty fan. Does it surprise anybody that I'm a fan of Rick and Morty? I'm pretty sure it was the very first episode of Rick and Morty. Rick takes Morty away and they go to another dimension because Rick wants mega seeds from the mega tree. I first saw this mega tea and it made me think of that Rick and Morty episode. All right. That was a train wreck and I'm done. Let's move on to the next one. So this next person is a recurring character here on the channel. She's a top 10 elite Beachbody coach. She dons one of the credentials, NTP, which is a nutritional therapy practitioner. By the way, just FYI, all you need to take that course is a high school diploma and an internet connection. And it's also not accredited, just FYI. And she also is apparently a board certified nutritionist. Well, I'll be talking about her fancy certifications in a future video. But I've got to say, I have never seen someone with so many fancy sounding credentials say so many incorrect and misleading things about health science and nutrition. In my opinion. I mean, I guess it's not really my opinion. If she's wrong, she's wrong. I guess I'm just used to saying in my opinion. Let's watch the thing.
Okay, let's talk nutrition. I did enough animal stuff, right? So in my accountability group this morning, we talked about It's called Hypochlorhydria, and it means that your HCl, the hydrochloric acid in your stomach, is really low, and it's actually really, really common. And I shared with them 2 tests that you can do to kind of give you an idea of whether or not your stomach is acidic enough, the acid in your stomach is acidic enough, or if you even have enough. And so we talked about the 2 simple tests you can do to get an idea of that. But there's also a supplement that you can take. Now, apple cider vinegar is okay, but it has its downsides because it's so acidic. So it's hard on the teeth, and it can be hard on the lining of your esophagus and something. So I will take a picture of a really good supplement if you're pretty sure that your acid, because you have like acid reflux or you have GERD or heartburn, to take this supplement. Believe it or not, if you're taking over-the-counter acid blockers or antacids, or you're on a prescription, long-term it makes the problems worse. So it masks the symptoms of this type of problem, but long-term it makes it worse. So we got to get to the root of the problem and not try to hide it.
So the condition she's talking about again is hypochlorhydria, which, as she said, is a condition in which somebody has low levels of hydrochloric acid in their stomach, or maybe they don't produce any at all. Long term, this can interfere with the digestion, cause some gastric upset and other GI issues. She talked about 2 tests that you can do to kind of give you an idea to see if you might have hypochlorhydria. Now, I'm not in her Facebook group, so I don't know what these tests were, but I wonder and I hope that these tests are just like, go to the doctor. Which, is that even a test? It's just going to the doctor. Yeah, hypochlorhydria is a medical condition. And it's also one of those things where a lot of the outward symptoms are something that most of us have probably experienced from like one time or another. Gas, blowing, diarrhea, indigestion, things like that. This is not me diagnosing or giving any medical advice, by the way. This is just me sharing facts. But we've all probably had these things happen to us at one point or another. So I feel like it's not a good I feel like it's just not a good thing to say, like, you say to someone who's uninformed, like, about health, science, nutrition, you say to them, hey, these things might mean that you have hypochlorhydria, you should take this supplement. And because they're listening to her, they might not even ever go to the doctor, and they just think that they have hypochlorhydria because, you know, of whatever test she told them, and it might end up that they don't even have it at all, and they're just spending money on things they don't need because this Beachbody coach said so. This supplement, as you can see, it's distributed, it's from a company called Metagenics. Based on my understanding, I guess she has like a partnership with them, and I'm pretty sure she probably gets some type of like monetary kickback if people like who use her, like her practitioner code or whatever to buy it. So you apparently have to be, I went to the website, and you apparently have to be a practitioner to be able to offer these products to people. I went to the website like just to see what would happen, and I found this specific supplement, and I just clicked on like the buy now. Before you check out, it prompts you to type in like a practitioner code. Just anybody can't buy these, or unless you're a practitioner like she is. I really question how stringent their qualifications are and like their standards are for somebody who's a practitioner. Like I said, like her NTP certification that she have isn't even accredited. If you can pay for it and have an internet connection, then you can do it. So I just wonder what their standards look like for people who are practitioners. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, she recommends Metagenics products a lot to people, and again, I'm pretty sure she gets some kind of monetary kickback if people use her code to buy them. So yeah, anybody surprised that she's recommending it? Because I'm not. And then she finishes off at the end of that with saying that acid blockers, antacids, or prescription medications will make the problem worse.
Believe it or not, if you're taking over-the-counter acid blockers or antacids, or you're on a prescription, long-term it makes the problems worse. So it masks the symptoms of this type of problem, but long-term it makes it worse. So we got to get to the root of the problem and not try to hide it.
And I'm a little bit confused on that context. I know from school and from research that like antacids can actually cause over time, they can actually cause hypochlorhydria over time. But her language kind of seems like she's implying that somebody taking these medications or taking a prescription medication to treat hypochlorhydria which wouldn't make sense actually, by the way, because if you have low stomach acid, I don't think a doctor would be prescribing you acid blockers or antacids. If you're a doctor, please correct me if I'm wrong, but wouldn't that be kind of counterproductive? But anyway, I feel like she's implying that if you take the medications that your doctor prescribes you to treat your hypochlorhydria, they're gonna make the problem worse. That's just my inference based on her language. I don't know if that's exactly what she's implying. That's just my inference. Regardless of that, what I don't really care for is, I mean, aside from all of it, is she's like medications just mask the symptoms and make it worse. So we need to get to the root of the problem and not mask the problem. Okay. What are you doing by just telling people to take this supplement though? Hypochlorhydria has many different causes. Like I said, it can be caused by taking antacids for too long. It can be caused by infection. Stress can bring it on, or a lack of certain vitamins. This supplement that she's recommending is just digestive enzymes. So if you have hypochlorhydria because of an infection, how are those gonna help? How are those gonna help your stress? How are those gonna help a vitamin deficiency? They're not. That's my point. Hypochlorhydria is a medical condition, and you're telling people that medications that a doctor would prescribe them will make their condition worse. Like, who do you think you are saying that to people? What the fuck is wrong with you? God. Anyway, you guys already know. I'm done. Let's move on. Okay, so this next one is an Avon distributor who we have seen before on the channel. I'm actually going to show you guys a couple clips. The first one is really short, but I still wanted to say some stuff about it. And then we'll get to the longer one after that. Avon has spa sets now? I didn't know that. She listed spa sets on there. So like I said, this first one's super short, but it drives me. I have to comment on it because it has some just common things that I hear Avon people say, and it just drives me insane. She's just showing some Avon products. I don't know, looks like it's like maybe under a 10 and she's like at some kind of fair or something like that. In her on-screen text for all this stuff, it says plant-based, clean, pure, safe ingredients for all. Capital ALL. Then she wrote, come support. I'm not arguing against the fact that they're plant-based. What I'm arguing against is she's saying it's for all. No, they're not. No, they're not. People in Avon and just a lot of MLMs in general, and I just like so many like health gurus that I see just across social media, they're always harping on because something is plant-based, that means it's safe and clean and everybody can use it. Do you have any idea how many plants there are that can fucking kill you, or at the very least make you really, really sick? I am so sick and tired of people thinking that because it comes from a plant, that means it's safe. Ricin is a potent and deadly poison which comes from the castor bean plant. Not to mention poison ivy, poison oak, poison sumac, oleander, and hello, tobacco's a plant, and smoking it is pretty well known to not be good for you. I don't care that it's plant-based. That doesn't make it safe. And then she's like, these products are for all. These products are for everyone. No, they're not. There is no one product that works for every single person in the world. And I have a perfect example right now. Me! I'm allergic to most plant-based protein powders because in most of them, one of the main sources of protein that they use is pea protein. And Avon protein powder, which is a plant-based / vegan powder, one of the first ingredients is pea protein. These products are not for everyone. Please stop saying things like this. So here's the next video. It's the same person, but she's doing an unboxing kind of some products, I guess, that she's gotten in the mail. FYI, what I'm about to show is not the entire unboxing. It was pretty long, but I did edit it down to a couple of specific clips of things she was saying that I wanted to address. So here it is.
So if you guys don't take a multivitamin already, or you have like millions of pill bottles in your cabinet, you should switch to this one because it's just one scoop and you put it in your shake. I put it in a shake. You can mix it with anything. Just basically get it in. It's a scoop of a powder, but it's got 22 vitamins and minerals in it. Minerals, I can't talk. So this is the best. Okay, who wants good skin, hair, and nails? This is basically your biotin. I mix this with my greens and all that stuff. I mix it in one drink. This is hyaluronic acid in it, and it helps build your own collagen matrix. So collagen, as you know, comes from bone juice, and we don't test on animals, and we're vegan. So this is not like fake collagen. It actually helps your skin build its own collagen rather than taking it from animals. So really good. And it's acai flavor. Can't go wrong. Okay, attention all athletes. If you go to the gym, you need electrolytes. Put that Gatorade down. Put those sugary drinks down. This is going to be really good for hydration. I drink this at the gym. If you go to my gym, I'm drinking this in my water bottle. This is how I have energy. This is how I get through my crazy workouts. Ginseng, turmeric, cayenne. It supports hydration with electrolytes and it tastes delicious. Tropical berry flavor. It comes with 30 or 20 packets in this. 20 packets. And you just put a packet in a water and you're good to go. Look at all that you're getting.
So let's chat about some of the supplements she was talking about. The first one that she talks about is this thing called BeWell. It looks like it's basically just like a multivitamin, but like in powder form. A lot of supplement companies have these, as do a lot of like health and wellness type multi-level marketing companies. It has vitamins and minerals, just like really standard basic stuff that a lot of multivitamins have. The thing that made me chuckle a little bit about this is she's like, toss all your pill bottles away and use this. But like, I personally would much rather take a pill than have to choke down a shake. And there are actually a lot of people who are actually prescribed / recommended specific brands of supplements for like maybe a vitamin or mineral deficiency. And if they were told to take that specific brand, they were probably told that by their healthcare provider for a reason. And she's just like, get rid of it and use this instead. I'm sorry I'm laughing. I think I'm laughing because it's like so f***ed up. Like, it's not funny, but it's like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I laugh when it's inappropriate sometimes. Do you have any evidence that yours is better? No, you don't. Like, why should I trust you over my doctor? Why should I trust you over a registered dietitian? I feel like I shouldn't. The next one she talks about is a supplement called Skin Elixir. I think I've chatted really briefly about it before in a past video. It's just a supplement with just like a ton of biotin, and then there's hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is actually naturally occurring in all of our bodies. One place, for example, that hyaluronic acid is found is our joints, and that's because one thing it does is it helps our joints with lubrication. So she's highlighting hyaluronic acid as the thing to help build your body's collagen.
This is hyaluronic acid in it, and it helps build your own collagen matrix. So collagen, as you know, comes from bone juice, and we don't test on animals, and we're vegan, so this is not like fake collagen. It actually helps your skin build its own collagen rather than taking it from animals.
But actually, hyaluronic acid is not the only player in collagen synthesis and skin elasticity. This supplement also contains vitamin C, which we as humans need for a lot of different things, including but not limited to. It helps us absorb iron and collagen synthesis. Vitamin C actually plays a pretty big role in collagen synthesis. So much so that a severe vitamin C deficiency, for example, which is basically the disease scurvy, a common symptom of it is poor wound healing and like dry, cracked lips. And this is because vitamin C is a really big player in collagen synthesis. I didn't say this, sorry. Collagen is the primary protein that's found in the connective tissue of our body, and it's largely responsible for skin elasticity. So she's just sitting here talking of hyaluronic acid, which I'm not going to say it doesn't do nothing for collagen synthesis and for collagen development and formation. But I would actually argue that vitamin C plays probably a bigger role. As I said, hyaluronic acid is already naturally occurring in our bodies. Vitamin C is not. We have to get vitamin C from our food because our bodies can't make it. And our bodies, because it's water soluble, our bodies also can't store it very well either. So I don't know. It's just her lack of knowledge on that is just very, very obvious. Lastly, a supplement that she's talking about is called True Sport, and which is just, I guess, this hydration powder. She's like, put down that Gatorade and put down those sugary drinks.
Okay, attention all athletes. If you go to the gym, you need electrolytes. Put that Gatorade down, put those sugary drinks down. This is going to be really good for hydration.
But actually, ma'am, sugar is actually a pretty important substance for serious athletes to be consuming, especially during intense training sessions. When you sweat, obviously we do lose water, but you also lose electrolytes and minerals, and you're also depleting your body's glycogen stores, which are replenished when you consume sugar. Most sports performance professionals that I've encountered, like doctors, dietitians, physical therapists who specialize in like sports medicine, sports science, sports performance, and things like that, a lot of the ones that I've talked to agree that, and I've even learned in school, that sports drinks like Gatorade, Pedialyte, Powerade, things like that are really good for specifically professional athletes to consume during training. On top of rehydration, they help to replenish the body's glycogen and electrolyte stores much better than plain water. So it's just funny that she's like, put down those sugary drinks, but like, it's kind of the point for those drinks to like have sugar in them. Like if you're a serious athlete and you train really hard, you actually like kind of need sugar. Looking at the supplement facts on this thing, one stick of this has 3 grams of sugar. That's not enough. If you're a power lifter, if you're a long distance runner, if you're like sweating really hard, if you're if you're training really intensely, 3 grams of sugar, that's not enough. And then the sodium has 9% of your daily value. Chloride has 13% of your daily value. Potassium, 2% of your daily value. So I wonder how much of these, like how many of these sticks would you need to even get enough for your body? This does have electrolytes in it, but like I'm pretty sure like a Pedialyte Sport or like a Powerade Sport, one of those, I mean they are for sport, has more. So I just like, how many of these sticks do you need to really like be getting enough? Because at that point you might as well just drink a Pedialyte or something like that. Anyway, let's move on to the last one. Okay, hi, hello. So you may have noticed that I look slightly different than the last time you just saw my face, which was like, I don't know, a microsecond ago. When I sat down to edit this video, and I think I posted about this to Instagram, I sit down to edit this video, and for some bizarre reason, I lost like half of the footage. I still had all my audio, but just no footage. The footage that went missing was my intro, the outro, and just this very last one that we're about to take a look at. It's weird. I don't know what happened to it. Like, it's just gone. It's just gone. It's just gone. Like, it flew into the Bermuda Triangle, and it's just never to be seen again. I don't know. I don't know. So here we are. I look different because I'm just filming it on a different day, okay? Don't get scared. I'm not an imposter. It's still me. Okay, let's look at it. Here's the last one. So this last one is absolutely alarming, deplorable, and just yikes. It is a screenshot of a Reddit post that somebody sent to me. Thank you to the person who sent this to me, and thank you to everybody who sends me these, as always. It's on the subreddit r/anti-MLM. Title of it is Therapist is Beachbody Hun. Just found out that my therapist is a Beachbody Hun. I am in therapy for eating disorder recovery, mostly orthorexia, and in an effort to stop tracking calories in MyFitnessPal, she wants me to start using the Beachbody color-coded portion containers. Is this bad or alarming? She promises me it will help. Also, she claims I do not have an ED. I simply have OCPD that manifests itself with the restriction and obsession over clean eating. To me and my family, my behavior sounds like an ED. Confused is an understatement. Also, she mentioned Shakeology and how wonderful it is. Eye roll. WTF. For those of you who are not aware, orthorexia is on the eating disorder, disordered eating. It's on that spectrum. Orthorexia is basically just like an unhealthy fixation on eating healthy foods. Orthorexia is more a fixation on the quality of food. So somebody who's battling with orthorexia, specifically like this is an example. They may just like, I have to only eat organic food, only, ever, all the time, no matter what. And then like, if they don't get to eat something organic or something that they perceive to be healthy, then they'll beat themselves up for it, feel really bad about it, that sort of thing. And also OCPD, if you don't know what that is, it's okay. I didn't know either. I had to look it up. It means obsessive compulsive personality disorder. So I'm going to read one of the top responses that I also screenshotted in this fantastic response. I'm a licensed therapist and can tell you that this behavior is incredibly unethical. If you have the time, please report this therapist to your state's licensing board. I cannot believe there are licensed therapists pulling this unethical shit. I'm sorry you had this experience, and I promise you there are good therapists out there. Her behavior is terrible. Personally, I have a lot to say about this one, but the person who responded summed it up fantastically for me. Yeah, this one's just bad. As a reminder, I have actually done the Beachbody 21-day fix / ultimate portion fix, or also known as the container system. I have a whole 2-part series on it. I'll link that below. So I'm actually very familiar with the container system, and I know what she's talking about. It's very restrictive. It can be difficult to follow at times, and I have spoken to many people who just discussed with me like their firsthand accounts on doing the program. And a lot of people have told me that they firmly believe that doing this program, as well as just being involved with the community of Beachbody in general, gave them an eating disorder. I'm so disgusted that this person went to a mental health professional to get help for their eating disorder recovery. And this therapist, who's a Beachbody consultant, recommended that they use the container system to help them. How is this supposed to help someone heal their ED? And not only that, but also heal their relationship with food. I call bullshit And this therapist should absolutely be ashamed of themselves for this one. I truly do hope that this person reported that therapist. You have absolutely no business being a mental health professional if this is what you bring to the table. Honestly, shame on you. This actually kind of, this is a good segue. I mean, not good, but this is a segue into a video topic that I mentioned it a couple weeks ago, I think on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I would say for the most accurate and up-to-date updates, you should follow me on Instagram because I don't have any other platform. I mean YouTube, but I post more to Instagram than I do like to my YouTube community tab. I'm sorry. Just follow me on Instagram, okay? But yeah, I mentioned this on Instagram a couple weeks ago. The video topic that I was just mulling around in my head, basically just professionals, healthcare professionals in multi-level marketing companies. And healthcare professional doesn't just mean like doctor or nurse. Physician, registered nurses, licensed practical nurses, PA, a physical therapist, mental health professionals, anything. And I posted that story and I put like an answer box just for you guys to give me some like recommendations of some people that I should look at. Staggering amount of professionals associate themselves with multi-level marketing companies, and it's just, that has to just go against their code of ethics for so many of them. So yeah, that's a discussion that I think I might want to have on the, like, make a video about in the near future. So yeah, anyway, yeah, that was the last one. It's absolutely abhorrent. It's deplorable. And it's just so incredibly disappointing when professionals associate themselves with multi-level marketing companies. They associate not just themselves. I mean, it's already disappointing to see someone fall into a multi-level marketing company. But when you have a well-educated professional that's, you know, that's got salt in the game and has got a strong background in their field, and they choose to support the company and the company's products, it's just really disappointing. And I'm not just talking about healthcare professionals too. Like, we have a lot of these, there's a lot of like stock trading and stock investing MLMs kind of coming out of the woodwork right now. I would be as disappointed and turned off if I saw, like, I don't know, somebody that like had a like a financial background, a professional financial background, somebody maybe who has like a finance or a marketing degree fall prey into an MLM like that. What's worse is that they kind of use their education and their credentials to further push the product. And then because that person's a professional, because that person has all these credentials behind their name, people are more inclined to believe them and more inclined to listen to them. So it's a huge abuse of that professional role, I feel like. And that's what I feel is happening with this particular one as well. You know, that therapist is completely taking advantage of that person, and it's wildly unethical. In conclusion, oh man, that last one. You guys know what I always say. Buying a starter pack does not make you a coach, nor does it make you a professional in the area. Most people in multi-level marketing companies are not professionals. They're not well educated on the product. They just buy the starter pack, and then, you know, they're fed a bunch of crap from their upline, usually misinformation, and then they just start getting on their social media and make all kinds of unproven health claims. However, that last one that we just saw is proof that not everyone that falls prey to a multi-level marketing company is uneducated. If that person is a licensed mental health professional, they've gone to school, they've passed boards. I don't really know a whole lot about mental health licensing and stuff like that. I think maybe boards depend on the state. I don't know. You guys will let me know below. But my point is, they didn't just take an online course and then just get to call themselves a therapist. This is somebody who should know better, but unfortunately, they don't. And that's honestly just a travesty. If in fact you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. Thanks for sticking with me through that little wardrobe change too. I know it's gonna be so weird. You guys don't mind. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. Thank you for all your submissions. I always appreciate your submissions. I know I don't say that enough, but really, truly, thank you everybody that sends me stuff to look at. For the millionth time, thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, check out my merch store. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Wow. Yep. Uh-huh. How did I know you'd be up here? On my bed, laying on my clean linen and my clean pillows. How did I know you were gonna be up here? How'd I know? What are you doing? Wow, such a stud. Such a handsome boy. Zeus is here, just doing a little neighborhood watch. Aren't you? Well, you see Zeus. He's tired too. Zeus went for a skate. It's his favorite thing. To go for a skate with his dad. What are you doing? What are you doing? Man, you guys are like not very animated right now. Hey, I knew you were gonna follow me as soon as I came in here. Oh, you're bored? You're bored of the camera? Okay.